Thanks for watching Soha News. If you like my channel, please click the subscribe button. Press the bell icon for
And I am ever ready as well. So on that note, I'm going to hand this over back to you, Shriya. Yes, I'm going to request you to also... Oh, you want to give a touch of the Vicks Touch of Care, and that's going to be a cue for the film? Superb. So a quick touch of the Touch of Care, and we'll unveil to you the new Vicks 1 in a Million Touch of Care film. So I'm going to request you to please take your seats. And on that note, let's cue in for the Vicks 1 in a Million Touch of Care film. In fact, you, Shriya, who also is the founder of the Shri Spa, where you have the visually challenged people working with you. Now, they come with a very, very high sense of touch and feel as well. How do you resonate with this feeling of Touch of Care?
Well, I'm not a mom as yet, but I feel being a mom is... I haven't really experienced giving birth, but Soha, I mean, she's amazing. I have a lot of respect for her. It's another level of patience, and you need so much love to take care of another individual. And I have a lot of respect for women who have in families or adopted kids, because it's also another level of you have to have an ocean full of love in your heart to be able to do that. I run a small NGO. It's called Spandana. Spandana means touch. And so we employ visually challenged people. I run a spa where everyone who works in the spa, they all are blind. And blind are blessed with sense of touch. So a massage given by a blind person has healing powers. And because their eyes are in their hands, they are blessed. And if I may say, they are better than a sighted person. So once one of our therapists was that he got married, and after a year he had a baby, and I was talking to him, how does it feel? And he can't see, but his eyes were moist, and he said, I held my baby for the first time, and I heard my baby cry, and I felt his tears, and it was touch, and it was I felt my baby. But then he said, I saw my baby, because in that touch he saw his child. So for me, I think that's my connection of Touch of Care, and every child deserves a touch of care. And I'm looking forward to your next video.
A lot of women out here are absolutely smiling about the fact that you have transformed in your journey, and you have adorned these beautiful hats over the years, and you've done that so beautifully. And somewhere Vicks is also about care. And how do you manage to sort of balance this, and what is your reason for association with this beautiful brand, which is Vicks Touch of Care?
I have to say that my association with Vicks has been long and enduring. If you open my handbag now, I'm always carrying Vicks because I love the smell. And through my pregnancy, I used to feel nauseous often in the first trimester. And it's an association. You do what you see your mother do. So every time my mother had a migraine, she would put Vicks on her temples and she would smell it. And as a result, I don't know if it was, I've always done that. Whenever I feel sick, I've always carried Vicks. And I, in fact, told my gynecologist, and he said, you feel nauseous. I said, this makes me feel better. And he said, that's very odd. That's not what the purpose of it is for. It's a cough and cold remedy. But if it works for you, then great. And only last year is when I saw Gauri's video. And it was a new campaign, I think, that Vicks had come out with the Touch of Care. And I didn't see it as a commercial enterprise at all, as a brand that I've, been using or buying. It was obviously more than that. It was a feeling, and it was an emotion that they were sharing. And that's what the brand really, stands for. What I love about Vicks is that they are spreading an emotion. It's about care, and it's a lovely message, which is especially for a new mother. I've always thought, what's it like to be a mother? When you become a mother, you respect mothers so much more. And I think I left Inaya alone with Kunal for the first time last week.
First of all, Gautam, thank you so much for joining us here.
Pleasure, Sma.
And we need to know about what was that one reason that you got associated with Vicks Touch of Care?
Look, the word care itself has brought me here because for me, a word care is an emotion. I think either you care for people or you don't care for people. Either you're emotional about humans or you're not emotional about humans. Me being an emotional person, and especially coming from a profession where you don't only care about your own self, but you care about the 15 or 20 which is involved in that profession. And you try and bring someone who's down to that level where you can get the best out of him as well. And I thought that that word care is something which is very, very strong and which has brought me here. And again, I saw the film and I'm absolutely inspired and really want to congratulate Gauri for what she's done. And I think there'll be many more stories in future as well. And really looking forward to the next film and really wanting to know more about Nisha as well.
Lovely, beautiful. See all the cameras and all the cell phones out to capture this beautiful moment there. If I may request our guests also to please take your seats.
Inspiring. I really want to congratulate Vix for taking up this initiative, and I'm sure that's going to grow much bigger in coming years as well. And I think it was very, very inspiring, very emotional as well. And I've got a question to ask Nisha से. निशा, आपके लिए माँ का टच ऑफ केयर का क्या मतलब है?
I was born one in a million, but that didn't define how my parents treated me. They treated all of us the same, and that helped me lead my life the same as everyone else. I didn't care what the world thought of me because I already knew who I was.
That's what makes you one in a million.
Well, we experienced watching it now here and twice in a row. How was the experience watching this Vix 1 in a million touch of care?
Yeah, like Soha said, I'm glad you played it twice. The first time I saw it, and I looked at Soha and both were like crying, and then second time I was like, shit, I can't be going crying like that. But it's funny. I mean, we all try to not show our emotions and try not to show it out, and it's just how we are. But I don't know why I didn't when I was crying and when I was looking at the. I mean, it's clear why we were crying because it's touching, it's beautiful, it's moving, it's inspiring. Anything that inspires you to that level makes you very emotional. But I think beyond that, I saw fighters in that video. Not just her parents and her, but people she has touched and people she has inspired. And that's a fighter right there. It's a believer who went beyond, and it's someone who didn't live with sympathy. It's someone who lived with hope, and someone who believed in themselves. And gives birth to a mother. And so, how did that happen? And how did she make you? How did she change you?
Well, there's one question. If a child gives birth to a mother, in that case, I was giving birth to 6 times. We have 6 children. Well, I guess by the time Nisha gave birth to me, I was rather a tired mom. And Nisha came in there and changed our lives. She rejuvenated the both of us. It's just not me. Well, I'm a mom and she has a dad too. And she rejuvenated both of us. And it helped us to rediscover what we really wanted to do. And I think the first thing was that we had to accept within ourselves who our daughter was. Our daughter, at such a young age, had already accepted within herself who she wanted to be and who she was. And I think with this realization came how can I say this? That, we discovered a long time ago that a family is not made with blood. A family is made with relationship. We strongly believe that the essence of what we believe in is love. And with love comes, and the essence of that love is our relationship with our daughter and with our other 5 children, in case they claim I didn't mention them. Yeah. and so Nisha really, in a way, we for us, parents at our stage in life are doing pretty much nothing. And we're still going for school sports, parent-teacher meetings, homework, study. She's been an absolute blessing in our lives.
We've heard this many times. It's just so lovely to meet you. and it's so lovely that you have so much love in your heart to give. And I see how important, you know, parenting is, and how influential you are in Nisha's life, and how she is in your life. And I've experienced that over the past year with my daughter. I think it's one of the most difficult jobs to do. There's a lot of responsibility, and the fact that you've chosen to do it 6 times means that you have a huge heart. And you know, a lot of energy. And it's just wonderful to be here. As I said, you know, very few days are like this where you meet people who are so full of love. I'm repeating myself, I know, and so inspirational. So I'm just very happy to meet you.
And we also
Thinking about it, I need to discuss it, of course, with my family, but there are millions of children who are looking for homes, and we have a lot of love to give. So I would like to, because I want to take you to all my press conferences. You speak very well.
Adoption is not only physically, I've already mentioned this, it's about emotionally there as well, and like how the foundation has already adopted children from the martyrs family, so there's always someone who takes care of them, monitor them throughout the year as well. So obviously sometimes it's difficult because it's the entire family that needs to accept the child. It's not only you and your wife, it is the entire, probably the biggest challenge is for the siblings to accept, and then the entire family. But obviously physical adoption is important, but more importantly is the emotional adoption.
Thank you.